Hello, you sexy biscuits, and welcome back into Kingdom Come Deliverance. Okay, today's video is going to be slightly interesting because not only are we not playing on the PC version of the game, we're actually playing this on the Xbox One X. I've started the game from scratch and I wanted to point out some quick things that I noticed while playing this version. It runs fantastically. This is not running on an SSD, so I was expecting quite a lot of texture pop-in. But that is not the case whatsoever, apart from the magically spawning cabbages. So if I was to walk over here, you guys can see that they kind of disappear and then they reappear. Bloody magic, that! No, the PC version does exactly the same thing. But I've read the comments over the last couple of years saying that the console versions have quite a lot of texture pop-in, which I'm gonna say right now, I haven't noticed. So yes, we do have the odd hat kind of appear. So if I was to walk towards this lady in front of us, you guys can see her hat appears. And that's the only thing I've noticed in my couple of hours of playing this version. So as we stand here in a queue waiting to get some water in my invisible bucket, I wanted to point out something. This game has been out for 2 years at this point. Over 2 years. And in the last video that I released on Kingdom Come Deliverance, I said that there are still things that I've never seen in this game. The fact that I'm still discovering stuff after 2.5 years is impressive. I've not known a game that's done that. And last night, I discovered something that I really did not expect. So before we jump into that area, I need to give you a little bit of backstory. So as you guys know, one of the main quests that you have in Skalitz is to throw manure at the Deutsch's house. And during that quest, you'll come up to the Deutsch's wife and say, hey, the Deutsch is making quite a nuisance at the tavern. Now that's only because you want to distract her, so you guys can throw manure at the house. Now once you've thrown said manure, you end up fighting quite a few of Deutsch's friends, and then have to run away from the catchpole. And I thought that's where this all ended. But no. And I want to show you something, because I posted this on Twitter yesterday, and quite a few of you who I know have played the game a lot didn't know that this was a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up this game save. So as you guys can see, she's about to run off over there to tell Deutsch that he's being an absolute bloody nuisance.
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund!
Woohoo!
Eat shit, Dodgers.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Horse Hans! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
Okay, so I'm going to pause the game because I wanted to explain a couple of things here. So last night I ended up holding down the Xbox home button, and as you guys can see, the menu pops up. I wanted to record that sequence because, if you didn't know, Hans is played by the walking beard himself, Sir Toby. So I wanted to share that clip on Twitter and be like, hey, it's you! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly that. So what I'm going to do is press the home button and then record what happened, and then I'm going to hold to open. Now as you guys can see, the game is currently still running in the background. So I'm going to quickly edit this video. This is exactly what I did last night. Now I was not expecting the game to continue running while I was doing this. I thought that the game automatically paused itself, but that was not the case. So I spent about 2 or 3 minutes in here kind of trimming this down. I do like the Xbox's record feature, and it does allow you to share it straight to the cloud, or allows you to share it to social media, which is exactly what I did. So if I was to, let's say, press A, I can actually preview this footage, which is extremely boring because it's just me in a pause menu. But obviously at the time I was recording that cutscene that we just saw. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this for a couple of minutes like I would have last night. Now you've got to remember the game is currently running in the background. Now I will say that Kingdom Come Deliverance is random. You never know what exactly is going to happen. You can in theory just stand there and let these guys fight amongst themselves. But sometimes you will have a person actually trying to hit you. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard changes and head back into the game. You see that? I wasn't hit once. Now I don't know if you can do this by just standing here. I'm not sure. But for some reason, the catchpole hasn't come up to Henry to stop him, and also these guys are now going to make their way away from this area. Now normally you're following your friends around this corner around here, and you'd be doing that. Now if I was to kind of look around, now it says I've actually run from the catchpole. I'm not sure if I broke the sequence of events by going to the editing software. Which is incredibly interesting, because when this happened last night by complete chance, the catchpole was just sat on this bench. He was just sat there. He didn't even try and come up to Henry. Now, I did try and recreate this by just letting it happen without going to the editor or anything, or sharing anything. And the catchpole immediately comes up to Henry, and you get stuck in dialogue. You can't get out of that dialogue without explaining your situation, and then of course you get in trouble with Father. Now we're going to wait here for a couple of minutes, because in theory, Deutsch's wife and Deutsch themselves will end up heading back to the house. Now normally, you're supposed to be running around at this point. You're not really supposed to be here. Yeah, there's Deutsch's wife. What's the Deutsch doing? What are you doing up there, Deutsch? Good day, how are you? Oh my god, okay. I need to head back to the house and just see what happens. That's amazing. Right, obviously you're not really supposed to see that. I don't know why that's happened. Normally, they'll make their way slowly back down to the house and then react and respond to what's happened. Also, the catchpole should be here. I don't know where they are. Oh! Here you go. Here's the catchpole. He's going to make his way down. I'm going to try and stay out of his way, because otherwise he may try and come up to Henry. Now, what he's going to do probably is go and sit on this bench over here. Okay. Now, I didn't think this actually happened. This is amazing. This blew my mind last night. I'm going to be completely honest. So yeah, he's going to sit on the bench there. Okay, now we're going to wait a second, and in theory, Deutsch's wife and Deutsch themselves will end up heading back down to the house. And they have an entire set of dialogue, including with the catchpole, which I didn't realise whatsoever. Oh, here we go. So here's Deutsch's wife heading down, and in theory, the Deutsch should be in tow. Yeah, there he is. He's heading down too. So they're going to get into position about here and start talking amongst themselves. Now, for some reason, they don't seem to realise that Henry exists at this point. So you can stand right next to them, and they'll be talking about you as it's happening. It's very weird. Okay, here we go. Here's Deutsch's wife. She's going to end up walking up there, and Deutsch is going to come down here. This is so interesting. Honestly, when I saw this last night, it blew my little mind. Okay, right, here we go.
What the... For heaven's sake! Look what you did now, you dolt.
Me? What are you talking about?
Welcome,
Himmel,
Henry.
Herrgott! What has happened here?
What do you think? Our freshly whitewashed house. Now you see what comes of your blabbering. This wouldn't have happened if you'd kept your beak shut.
Wait a moment. How did you find out what I said in the tavern anyway? Why did you go there?
The blacksmith's boy came and told me. Be glad he did, or you might have gotten a beating.
You idiot woman! Who do you think did this? It was that brat and his cronies. They just wanted to lure you away.
Oh, that can't be true.
Of course it is. It's obvious. Never mind. I will deal with them. I'm not going to put up with this.
Okay, that dialogue ends, and then he goes over to the catchpole.
Hey, catchpole! Why are you just sitting around? Can't you see what they did?
Of course I can. I chased after the scoundrels, but they scattered. Don't worry, though. I know who they are.
I should hope so. So stop hanging around here and go and catch them.
All in good time. First, I'd like to know just what I'll get out of all this chasing.
Don't worry. I'll give you what's due when you catch them. But first, you have to catch them.
So there you have it. I had no idea that this dialogue existed. A majority of people playing this game have probably never seen this set of dialogue. And that is absolutely crazy. It just shows how much detail they put in to Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it's one of the main reasons I love this game. So I'm not sure if you can do this without going to a different menu or kind of coming out of the game briefly. Because I tried doing this by just standing there, and a majority of the time, Deutsch's men will just kind of run at you, try and hit you, and thankfully your friends will end up kind of getting in the way of them. And they will fight amongst themselves, but the catchpole will always run down and start dialogue with you. And of course, once you're in dialogue, it kind of breaks everything, and you end up failing that quest. But by me going to that record what happened menu and holding down this button, for some reason, it kind of made Henry invisible to all of it. So obviously right now the game is still running in the background, but for some reason Henry wasn't noticed by anyone. And I find that absolutely bizarre. Did I break the game by doing this? I'm not sure. This literally happened by complete chance. I did not expect this to happen. Now I'm guessing this dialogue does still happen, but I've never seen it. I don't think many people are trying to go back to the Deutsch's house. Maybe later on, but by then they would have already had that dialogue happen. And also, if you come round the back of here, your friends are still waiting for you, so you can actually complete this quest without having to run away. You also notice that the catchpole didn't seem to notice I was anywhere near him. So if I was to walk over here and activate these guys, they will act like you ran with them.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
So yeah, I wanted to share this with you because it's just something that interested me. I love how games are made and how they work. The behind the scenes of video games and what they're doing in the background always fascinates me. And Kingdom Come Deliverance is no exception. I've done quite a few videos on exploring places you're not supposed to see. And I feel like this is one of those little moments that you're not generally supposed to witness yourself. But the fact that this is all going on in the background, no matter where you are, makes this world feel a lot more alive. And they didn't need to put any of this in whatsoever. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have never seen this, comment down below. I want to hear what you guys think about this. I wonder if anyone else recorded that scene and had the same thing happen on Xbox. I'm not sure if the same thing happens on PS4, because obviously PC doesn't have a record that feature the same as Xbox does, so I'm not sure if this would work on PC. But the fact that Henry completely vanishes is quite interesting and really did blow my mind a little bit. Apart from that, I will say the Xbox One version of this game is absolutely fantastic, so if you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. I also own the PS4 Pro version, and I'm going to say right now, I highly prefer the Xbox One X version. The PS4 Pro has some texture kind of pop-up issues that the original base models also did, and I will say that the Xbox One X doesn't suffer from that whatsoever. So if you're looking for the best place to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, then I would highly recommend this. Also, you've got to take into account that this is completely free on Game Pass right now. So you can download this game and play it whenever the bloody hell you want. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, but until next time, that's me, out. Bye guys.